I am Dr. J.B. Kamble, Assistant Professor of Soil and Water Engineering, College of Agriculture, Bhimranagudi, presenting lecture number 2 on topics are instruments used for surveying. Here we'll see what types of instrument we are using for surveying. Instrument used for measuring distances are chain and tape. These are the two instruments we are using for measuring distances in surveying. Then instrument which we are using for marking survey stations, and that are ranging rod, offset rod, laths and voids and pegs. Then we'll see instrument used for setting right angles, and that instruments are crosstop and optical square, and some other instruments we are using in surveying, and that are arrow and plumb bob. All these instruments which we are using for surveying we'll discuss in detail one by one here. First one, chain. Chain is the instrument which we are using for the surveying, and the chain will be having different pieces of links. Here first one, so chain usually will be having 100 or 150 pieces of links. It is made up of galvanized mild steel wire which is having a 4 mm diameter. Here end of each link will be having a loop. So here this is a link, and end of each link will be having a loop, and will be provided 3 oval rings. Here 3 oval ring will be provided which will offer flexibility to the chain and make less liable to become king. So here for all these links are attached with the 3 oval shaped rings. So here also you can see. Then end of this chain will be having brass material handled, and every 5 meter of each link, so metallic tag will be attached here. So here also you can see, for the after 5 meter distance one tag is attached, another after 5 meter, likewise it will be there. And this length of the link is the distance between center of the 2 consecutive middle rings, and these end links include the handles. So here the metallic tags which are provided in the chain, it is to facilitate quick reading of fraction of chain in surveying measurements. We'll see first chain, that is a metric chain. This chain is having a length of 20 meter or 30 meter, and each link of this chain will be available. For example, 0.2 meter 20 meter chain, and it's having 100 links. Then for the 30 meter chain I will be having 150 links. So in this metric chain, the connecting links between the 2 large links are oval in shape, and central one being circular ring. Here it also enables the reading of fractions of chain without much difficulty, and tallies are fixed at every 5 meter length, and small brass rings are provided at every meter length except where tallies are attached. So here this type of metric chain will be having IS 1492 1956 covers requirement of chain in metric units. This chain is having some advantages, and that advantages are, it is very suitable for rough usage. It can be easily repaired in the field. It can be easily read. Then we are having a next chain, that is a Gunter chain, and this Gunter chain is also called surveyor chain. This Gunter chain is 66 feet long, and it is divided into 100 links. Therefore each end of the links is equal to 0.66 feet, or the distance 0.66 feet. So it is also very convenient for measuring distances in miles and furlongs, and for measuring land when the unit area of is in acre. 10 Gunter chain is equal to 1 furlong, 80 Gunter chains equal to 1 mile, and 10 Gunter chains is equal to 1 acre. Then we are having next chain, that is a revenue chain. This revenue chain is commonly used for measuring fields in cadastral survey, and this revenue chain is available in 33 feet long and divided into 16 links. Then we are having next chain, engineer chain. This engineer chain is usually 100 feet long and is divided into 100 links. Each link is equal to 1 feet. The construction details of these engineer chains are equal to the Gunter chain. It is also used in all engineering survey. Here the distance measured with the engineer chain is recorded in feet and decimal. Then next type of chain, steel band, and it consists of a ribbon of steel with a brass swivel handle at each end, and it is available in 20 or 30 meter in length and having 16 mm width. It wound on open steel cross or on metal reel in closed case. Then we are having next measuring device, and that we are using alternative to chains when the land surfaces are not very much rough, because when we are using this instrument, that instrument will be giving us more accuracy or greater accuracy, and name of that instrument tapes. The tapes are available in the feet or in meter units, and mostly for surveying we are using the tape which is having 30 meter length. And these tapes, it is classified based on their materials. So material, first one, cloth or linen tape, metallic tape, steel tape, invar tape, and then synthetic material tape. These are the tapes which we are using here. Here we'll discuss in detail one by one. So first, cloth or linen tape. So here this type of tape is made up of varnished strip of wool linen 12 to 16 mm wide, and the handle which we are using, it is made of brass material at 0 ends. So it is begin with at 0 ends. So you can see here it is very light and handy, and it is not so accurate. This linen tape or this linen tape used for subsidiary measurements such as offsets. When the tape gets wet, it shrinks, and care should be taken that is not wound up until it is clean and dried. It is little used in survey. Then we are having a next tape, that is a metallic tape. Here this is made up of good quality cotton or linen material, and it is reinforced with fine brass or copper wires. This prevents stretching of fibers. Therefore, it is better than the simple linen tapes. They are also not suited for very precise measurements. So these metallic tapes are not suited for very precise measurements, and it is available in the length of 2, 5, 10, 20 and 50 meters. In next tape which we are going to discuss here, and that is a steel tape. It is made up of steel ribbon or stainless steel, and it may provide vinyl coating and is very accurate. The steel tapes are used for very precise measurements and for checking the accuracy of chain length. These tapes are available 1, 2, 3, 10, 30 and 50 meter. The outer end of the tape is provided with ring or other device facilitating a withdrawal. Then we are having another type of tape, that is invar tape. So this type of tapes for work of the highest precision when it is needed at the time we are using it. These tape generally used in measurement of baselines in triangulation and in city work. In triangulation or in city work we are using invar tape. These are made up of alloy steel and nickel, that is a 64% alloy, and nickel will be 36%, and it possesses very low coefficient of thermal expansion, that is 0.6 into 10 raised to minus 4 for 1 degree Celsius. It is having a 6 mm width and it is available in the length of 30 meter, 50 meter and 100 meter. So here we will see that is a synthetic tape. So these tapes are manufactured of glass fiber and having PVC coating on it, and they are graduated every 10 millimeter and figured every 100 mm, whose metric figures are shown in red at every meter. Then the tapes maintain their length well and are convenient for measuring short length. Then we'll discuss about different instrument, and that instrument is a ranging rod. Ranging rod is the next instrument that we are using for the survey. They are used for ranging the lines and to mark the stations which are at greater distance. They are made of well seasoned straight grain timber of teak, blue pine, siso or devdar. They are made of two sizes, namely one of 2 meter and other is 3 meter, and they are divided into equal parts which is having 0.2 meter length. So here you can see in this diagram, so they are equally divided in different parts. Here each the length between these two, it is a 0.2 meter. So here also you can see, in order to make them visible at distance, they are painted alternatively black and white, red and white, or red, white and black successively. When they are at a considerable distance, red and white and yellow flags, like this yellow flag about 25 centimeter square is fastened at the top to improve its visibility. Then next type of device or instruments which we are using in surveying, and that is offset rod. This offset rod is similar to ranging rod but usually 3 meter long and divided into parts of each 0.2 meter in length. It is cheaply used for aligning the offset line and measuring short offsets. So here in this diagram you can see, so it is having 3 meter length. And we are having a next instrument, that is arrow. Arrow, other word also called chain pins. So they are commonly called marking or chaining pins. These arrows commonly used to mark the end of each chain during process of chaining. So this will be there along with chain, and accompanying each chain will be having 10 arrows. With one chain or each chain will be having 10 arrows. They are made up of good quality metallic wires of 4 mm diameter. So this is made up of 4 mm diameter wire and a minimum tensile strength of it 700 Newton per millimeter square. These arrows are 400 mm in length and are pointed at the one end. So here it is pointed, and there that pointer end usually inserted into ground and the bend into ring. So other end facility of carrying. So here that bend which is provided at the top of it, so it is provided to facilitate the carrying. To mark the end of each chain length, the arrow is inserted in the ground, but when ground is hard, the scratch may be made with pointed end. Then we are having next type of instrument that we are using in the surveying, that is a plumb bob. So plumb bob. So this plumb bob consists of metal weight made of brass material, and it is pointed at the end. So here it is pointed and made of brass material. It is usually suspended by a string and used to locate points directly below or above the another points. It is also used for accurately centering of compass or level or theodolite over a station mark, and for testing the verticality of the ranging poles. Then we are having next type of instrument, and that is tape. So These pegs usually made up of wooden material used to mark the position of the stations. They are made up of hard timber and are tapered at the one end. They are usually 2.5 centimeter square and 15 centimeter long. For soft ground, pegs 40 to 60 centimeter long and 4 to 5 centimeter square are used. Then next instrument, and that is very important instruments and which we are using for taking right angles on the field. So here that instrument name is crosstop. Crosstop is the instrument which we are using for to take the right angle on the surveying field. So here finding the foot of the perpendicular from the given point to the line. It is used to find the foot of the perpendicular from the given point to a line and setting out a right angle at a given point on a line. There are two types of crosstops, namely open and French, but the open crosstop we are using very commonly. And we'll see here, this is a open crosstop and it is very commonly used instrument for taking right angle on the surveying field. So here it is the simplest form of crosstop and it's called open crosstop. So here you can see that crosstop head and their legs. So head consists of 4 metal arms with vertical slits. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 arms of the crosstop and these are the slit. 4 slits are provided to it. The arms are rigidly fixed in such a manner that the center of one pair of arms forming a straight lines makes right angles with other pairs of arms. So this one and this one, they are making the straight lines. So in one line, one of the slit is narrower than other and one horsehair is fixed at the center of the wider slit. The crosstop is mounted on 25 mm diameter, about 1.5 meter long pole for fixing on the ground, and for laying out a right angle at a point on the chain line, the crosstop is held vertically on the supporting pole at a given point. Ranging rod is fixed on the chain line on either side of the crosstop and sighted through the slit and horsehair. The crosstop is turned till the ranging rod is visible. The foot of the crosstop joined with the ranging rod and gives perpendicular line with the chain line. And we are having another French crosstop. So this French crosstop consists of octagonal brass tube about 15 centimeter deep and 10 centimeter wide between opposite faces. Vertical slit, here vertical slit will be provided. Vertical slits are cut in middle of each of the 8 faces. On 4 alternative faces there are sighting slits. On the remaining 4 faces there are windows and each windows has a vertical hair or a fine wire. There are 4 lines of sights and angle between 2 adjacent lines of sight is 45 degree. Here French crosstop available in 45 degree, or it will give measurement 45 degree, 90 degree and 135 degree. And adjustable crosstop. So this adjustable crosstop consists of again brass cylindrical tube about 10 centimeter deep and 8 centimeter in diameter, and the tube is divided into 2 halves along horizontal plane through the middle. There vertical slit on both the halves. The upper portion carries vernier scale whereas lower portion graduated in degrees. Adjustable crosstop can be used for setting out right angles any magnitude by rotating upper portion of the right angle. So this is adjustable crosstop. Then we are having next instrument, that is a optical square. It will give more accurate than the crosstalk, and it can be used for locating objects situated at larger distances. It is a small and compact hand instrument and works on the principle of reflection. Generally round brass box about 5 centimeter in diameter and 1.25 centimeter deep we are using it. There is a metal cover to protect and to avoid the dust or moisture. It consists of horizontal mirror and index mirror, and it will be placed at 45-degree angle to each other. In today's class, we have studied the different instrument which we have used for surveying. That is a chain, and we know that chain is used for the measurement of distance with the ordinary precision. Then tape for measurement of distances with more accuracy, and the ranging rod to range the line, ranging pole, ranging very long lines, offset rod to set the offset on the survey line, arrow, record the number of chain lengths, pegs to mark the positions on the survey stations, plumb bob. It is useful while taking the measurement on the sloping ground and also to find out the verticality of the ranging rod. Then crosstalk to set offset to the survey line, and last one is the optical square to set offset to the survey line more accurately. Thank you friends.